Hi everyone, welcome back. I'm Dai, and today I'm sharing with you my April manga haul. So, April's manga haul is very exciting. We went to a different Barnes & Noble to actually purchase the manga for this month. And that particular Barnes & Noble has a bit of different inventory, and so I was able to pick up a couple of things that our normal Barnes & Noble doesn't usually carry, so I'm very, very excited for some of that. But without further ado, let me go ahead and share with you what we picked up in the month of April. So starting off at the top here, we have Mission Yozakura Family, Volume 22. This one is by Hitsuji Gondaira, published by Viz, rated teen. So this one follows our main character, who is orphaned and ends up joining his best friend's family. But little does he know that his best friend's family is a family full of spies. And so he needs to learn how to become a spy, not only to protect himself, but also to protect his best friend and her family. And then along the way, we follow him on spy missions. We follow the family on spy missions. We follow the family fending off attacks from other spies. And there's also a mystery behind his the death of his family. And so really have been enjoying the series and am continuing to collect that one. We have Volume 20 of Fairy Tail 100 Years Quest. Story and layouts by Hiro Mashima, art by Atsuo Ueda. This one is published by Kodansha, rated teen. So this is the continuing adventures of our characters from the main series Fairy Tail. I have not yet dove into this series. My daughter is a couple volumes behind, but she is currently reading this one, and so I'm continuing to collect it. Eventually, I will go ahead and read this one myself. Also, we really enjoyed Fairy Tail. I'm looking forward to those continuing adventures with our characters. With Volume 32 of Blue Exorcist by Kazue Kato. This one is published by Viz, rated older teen. So in this one, we are following a boy named Rin. Finds out that he is the son of Satan, but also witnesses Satan killing his adoptive father. So from then on, he decides that he is going to kill Satan, and in order to do that, he needs to become an exorcist. So we follow him joining this school to teach him how to become an exorcist. We follow him making friends, learning about the arts of being an exorcist, doing classes and missions and all kinds of things with a new kind of found family. It is a really interesting story. Lots of things go on in this series. I am actually stopped right now at a certain point in this series because I am really someone who hates cliffhangers. And apparently right now where I am, it's at the beginning of an arc that has not yet completed. And I get so invested in what's going on in this story with our characters that I just cannot handle not knowing what's going to happen next. So my daughter has actually been reading this one on the Shonen Jump app, and she's kind of monitoring for me when I'm going to be able to go ahead and read or continue reading from where I am stopped at. So we're continuing to collect the physicals. I will actually read from the physicals once I'm able to pick back up. But yes, really enjoy this series. We also enjoy watching the anime of that one as well. I saw this one on the shelf and I thought it sounded really interesting. This one is called Smile. This is Volume 1, When Laughter Rings, Death Follows. It says, a chilling new cult thriller begins. This one is by Mite Hattori. Published by Kodama, which is a company that I'm not very familiar with. And this one is rated mature. It actually says manga horror seinen on the back. It also says one man risked everything to unmask the cult of joy. So I believe this is like a cult mystery thriller. It sounded really interesting. It is wrapped in plastic. And so I'm looking forward to seeing what this one is about. I'm not usually one that enjoys religious stories, but being that this isn't Christianity, I think it might work better for me. And so, yes, looking forward to checking that one out. At volume 1 of Tonight, I Have a Date with a Serial Killer. So this one has story by Kon Iguchi and art by Yuji Nakamura. Published by 7 Seas, rated older teen. So this one is about a woman who has a sixth sense that helps her find serial killers, and she ends up teaming up with a police officer who is kind of on a mission to solve all these killing sprees and things like that. So I thought it sounded really interesting. I'm looking forward to checking that one out. At volume 1 of Merit and the Egyptian God. This one is by Yukari Sakai, or has art by Yukari Sakai. Original story by Fuyama and Egyptian cultural supervisor Yukimi Hashimoto. This one is published by Yam Press, rated teen. So this one follows a woman named Merit, and she ends up getting trapped in the underworld. She meets Anubis and finds out that he is cursed and needs to uncurse him in order to get out of the underworld. And so I thought it sounded fun. And I definitely like Egyptian-inspired stories. It is kind of something that I've always been into since I was a kid. So, of course, this one caught my interest. I have volume 1 of Bug Ego. This one has story by One and art by Kyoto Shitara. This one is published by Viz, rated older teen. So this one follows a guy who finds a mysterious notebook and realizes that he can alter reality with it. It sounds like there's some time travel and maybe some kind of thing with the butterfly effect or whatever. So it sounds really interesting. I'm looking forward to checking that one out. I picked up volume 2 of Hitting Rewind with You. I picked up volume 1 in last month's manga haul. This one is by Hanamaru Kida, published by Kodansha, rated teen. So this is a college romance, contemporary romance. I'm looking forward to checking that one out. I think that one's going to be right down my alley. It looks very cute as well. Have volume 10 of On Mission Reader's Viewpoint. This one has art by Sleepy C, adapted by Umi, and original story by Sing and Song. This one's published by Issei Press, rated teen. So this one follows a guy who is the only reader of a web novel, and when he finishes reading the last chapter of the web novel, things in real life start to happen that mirror what happened in the web novel. So being that he is the only reader of said novel, he is the only one who knows what is coming and can kind of figure out what he needs to do to get out of the predicament that he's in. Really interesting story. We read volume 1 for the Monaco Manga Club, continuing to collect this one because my daughter is really, really interested in it. And I'm not sure whether or not I'm going to enjoy the manhwa or the light novels better. So really, really enjoying that one so far. I have volume 1 of Purgatory Funeral Cakes. This one is by Sanho, published by Dark Horse. And Dark Horse does not put their age ratings on this one. This one says, funeral cakes are the final gift from the living to their departed loved ones and the only comfort on the deceased journey to rebirth. So it follows a baker and her ghostly assistant, and they make cakes for the dearly departed. So it looks like we're going to have a series of kind of short stories in here following people who are purchasing the cakes. It sounded really interesting, and I won't lie, I had seen the cover on the shelf. It was facing out like this, and it immediately caught my interest, and so I am very interested to see if this one is going to be something that I'm going to really enjoy. We have volume 3, 12, and 13 of The Land of the Lustrous. So this has been a series that has been a little bit hard to find out in the wild at our Barnes & Nobles. And so we are currently reading The Land of the Lustrous for the Monochrome Manga Club. It is by Haruko Ichikawa, published by Kodansha, rated teen. Basically follows a group of gemstone-like creatures who are in constant battles with these otherworldly creatures called Lunarians, who kind of come to basically collect the gemstone-like creatures to make things out of them. And so we follow a very fragile gemstone creature called Foss, and they basically are so fragile that they don't really get to do anything, but all they want to do is fight with the rest of their comrades. And so we follow them just trying to become stronger, doing different things. We follow the daily fights with the Lunarians and kind of trying to unravel why they go after, the Lunarians go after certain ones of them more often than others and things like that. It's really, really interesting. I'm looking forward to finishing out the series. But volume 12 and 13 are the last two volumes in the series. And because the series has been so difficult to find, to pick up, I figured since they were there at the Barnes & Noble, I might as well pick them up because we will be reading them for our series read in Monochrome Manga Club. Volume 3 was our read for the month of April. They did not have Volume 4. So Volume 4 will be in May's Manga Haul, but we are also reading Volume 4 for the Monochrome Manga Club in May. So I've been really enjoying what I've read so far of the series. We did watch the anime, so I do know a little bit, but I do feel like in Volume 3, I didn't quite remember everything that had happened. So I'm really enjoying this series, and I'm looking forward to continuing with it. Then we have Volume 9 of Bungo Stray Dogs, The Day I Took in Dazai. This one is by Kafka Asagiri with illustration by Sango Harukawa. This one is published by Yan On, rated ages 13 and up, which is teen. So this is a light novel. It is awfully thin. I was very unhappy when I saw how thin this was, especially considering that this is $16. But we are collecting all of the Bungo Stray Dogs manga, the spin-off mangas, and the light novels. I do enjoy this series, but I think $16 for something this size is a bit ridiculous. Just saying. And then the last thing I have here is Volume 1 of The Bubble Love of the Mermaid by Akumi Agitogi. So this is the author of My Happy Marriage. This one is published by Yan On, rated ages 13 and up, which is teen. So this is also a light novel, and it follows a tragic mermaid's tale that deserves a romantic happy ending. So it's a little bit of a supernatural romance. I really enjoy My Happy Marriage. It is something that kind of took me a little bit by surprise because I didn't think I was going to like it as much as I do. But because I like it so much, I definitely had to pick this one up because I think I'm going to enjoy this one just as much. And so really looking forward to checking this one out. And that is everything that I picked up in the month of April. So let me know down in the comments below if you have picked up any of these, or if you've read any of these titles, what you thought of it. Do you think $16 is a fair price for something this thin? Let me know that as well down in the comments below. And if nothing else and you'd just like to let me know that you were here, if you would leave me a gemstone emoji for the Land of the Lustrous down in the comments below, it would be greatly appreciated and would really help me out. And that will do it for me today. So I hope you're all doing great. I hope you're all safe and healthy. And until next time, take care and smile always. Bye.